Hello, this is Adam with DreamMade Productions. This video is made possible by the very kind donations of viewers like you. Thank you. If you are in a position to help this channel improve quality and grow, please visit my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Hello! So, today I thought we'd continue looking at video game systems and games that I've got. And today we're going to be talking about the Sega Genesis. Now, I actually got this much later in life, but I played it a lot around the same time I was playing Nintendo and Super Nintendo. My cousin got the Sega Genesis and I got the Super Nintendo. So we would go to each other's house and get to play each other's games. This is actually his Sega Genesis. I bought it from him years and years later. So this is the one me and him used to play as a kid. Shout out Jordan if you happen to be watching. As you can see here, he had the Sega Genesis Model 2. He didn't have the Model 1. You know, I like the Model 1 a little bit better, but hey, this is a classic. What can you say? Model 1, Model 2, you can't go wrong. In addition to the Sega Genesis, he did have the add-on of the 32X. We both wanted, or at least I know I wanted the Sega CD, but he got the 32X, and I bought this off of him at the same time. So, yep, got one of the add-ons, sadly not the other one. If you have to have one, definitely go for the Sega CD, far superior. I thought we'd talk about the controller. So, I said before that the Super Nintendo controller was one of my all-time favorite controllers, and I stand by that. It is probably my second favorite controller of all time. When the Sega Genesis first came out, it had 3-button controller. I have one, but it's in storage somewhere, and it was okay, I guess, when the system first came out for the games that were with it. But once Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat and other games came out that were fighter games, it just wasn't good enough. Adding a 6-button controller did a lot to it. Now this is a knockoff Sega Saturn controller. You can tell by the mode button up here. But adding the other 3 buttons fixed a lot of the problems with it. I'm going to still say that the Super Nintendo controller is far superior. Don't know what long-time people would say. Jordan, I think, would probably still prefer his 6-button Sega Genesis controller, but hey, what can you say? Either one was a step up from just a 3-button controller. Let's take a look at some of the games. First thing I got here is Sunset Riders. This was a super cool arcade game. Unfortunately, the game is gone. I have no idea what happened to it. This came in a box of stuff that Jordan gave me actually not too long ago. I remember suggesting this game to him. His dad and him were big into Westerns, and I liked the arcade game. Unfortunately, this port of the arcade game was not the best. It was missing 2 of the Sunset Riders, and of course it was only 2-player, whereas the arcade game was 4-player. Still, it was an awesome run and gun game, and I'll have to keep my eye out for a cheap copy of the cartridge only so that I can get a copy of it and have it complete. Next up, I have this copy of Wiz and Liz. Honestly, I don't remember this game at all. I have no idea where this came from. This was in the box of random stuff that Jordan gave me, I don't know, a year ago, 6 months ago, something like that. I don't remember him having this game as a kid. I know I didn't buy this game, so I don't know. having never played it, I can't really say anything about it, but hey, it's in the collection now, and that's probably where it's going to stay. Next up, I have Green Dog. I seem to remember Jordan having this, but I don't remember it. Honestly, the biggest thing I remember about this game is, GameSack going Green Dog. I can't say much about it, but it's a cool game to have in the collection. Shout out to GameSack. I've been watching them for years, and this is one of their iconic games. Next up, I have Justice League Task Force. I definitely remember Jordan having this as a kid and us playing it a lot. This is a fighting game, sort of along the lines of Street Fighter II or Mortal Kombat. I don't remember that much about it other than us playing it from time to time when we got tired of other games. There was nothing super remarkable about this game, just an okay fighter game that, they had 8 gazillion of these back in the day. I just remember it being fine. Nothing remarkable, nothing terrible, just an okay fighter. Next up, I remember this game that Jordan had as a kid, and we played the crap out of this game. This is the six-pack game, the six-pack attack. This came with Golden Axe, the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Revenge of Shinobi, Columns, which is a pretty good puzzle game, Streets of Rage, and Super Hang-On. We played the crap out of all these games, especially Golden Axe, Streets of Rage. I remember his sister being big into Columns. Super Hang-On was fine. Honestly, the games that got the least play were the original Sonic the Hedgehog and Revenge of Shinobi, but all these games were awesome. None of them I remember being bad. None of them are bad. I still play some of these games to this day. Has the cartridge and the big old instruction manual in there. Look at that thing. Got all the instruction manuals in there. So, yep, this was definitely worth the money back in the day to get 6 really good games for the Sega Genesis all on one cartridge. Awesome, awesome. Following up on that, we have Golden Axe 2. This was an awesome game. I don't remember Jordan having Golden Axe 2. I really only remember him having the first one on the six-pack attack. I'm pretty sure I bought this one later in life after I got the system from him. What can I say? Golden Axe was awesome. Golden Axe 2 was even a little bit better awesome. Just a cool game all around. Next up, we get to one of the best games for the system, in my opinion, Streets of Rage 2. Me and Jordan played the crap out of this game. What can I say? It is one of the best beat-em-up games ever made. I don't think this is the one he originally had, because this is the not-for-resale version, which would have been sold with, I think, one of the systems. I'm pretty sure I picked this one up later, because it's got one of the stickers on it here. I seem to remember his being a regular retail copy, but it's been too long. This could have been his for all I know. Anyway, any way you go about it, one of the best fighting game or brawler beat-em-up games ever made. Definitely one of the best, if not the best, brawler for the Sega Genesis system. Just, if you get the chance to play this, play it. Streets of Rage Remake, still my favorite beat-em-up game of all time, but, it's a Streets of Rage game, and Streets of Rage 2 is in there, so, yeah. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Definitely worth it. Following up on that, Streets of Rage 3. Not as good as Streets of Rage 2. Hard to say which one's better with this and Streets of Rage 1. Probably gonna go with this one being slightly better than Streets of Rage 1. A little bit of a disappointing follow-up from Streets of Rage 2, but still a great beat-em-up game. Very fun. If you get the chance, pick it up and play it. What can I say? Pick up Streets of Rage Remake. free if you can find it. Next up, I have Jungle Strike. Now, I remember my cousin having Desert Strike. He didn't have that when I bought the system, and it's still missing, so who knows whatever happened to it. Jungle Strike was a good follow-up to that one. Good isometric flying around, picking stuff up, shooting stuff kind of game. Ooh, went flying out of the thing here. Jungle Strike, it was still pretty good. It was still a good game. There were a lot of games in this series. Urban Strike, Soviet Strike, Nuclear Strike, I want to say. 3 of them were for the 16-bit systems, Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, and Urban Strike, I think. And then several of them were for PlayStation. I don't know. I never ever played Desert Strike and Jungle Strike. Both were fun games. They were okay. They didn't age all that well, but if you can pick it up at a decent price, it's still worth having. Fun game, both Desert Strike and Jungle Strike. Yeah, fun games. Don't hold up as well as I remember them when I went back and tried playing it again, but still a fun game. Pick it up if you can get it at a fair price. Next up, I have Spider-Man and Venom, Separation Anxiety. This was a cool fighting game. Its real cool thing is that it was 2-player, and of course you could play as Spider-Man or Venom. It was fun to play through this game. It was the follow-up to... what was the name of that game? It was a Spider-Man game. Man, I'll have to look that up and put that up here somewhere. But anyway, we didn't have that one. We just had this one, but it was still a cool beat-em-up game where you got to run around as Spider-Man and Venom and beat up all the different Carnages. Next up, we have The Punisher. This was a cool beat-em-up game, 2-player. You had guns and stuff in it, so it was cool. Not quite as good, in my opinion, as Streets of Rage, but still an awesome game. Jordan had this as a kid, but I know I picked this one up later. I don't remember his being a Video King store one, and it has the label on it, so I'm pretty sure I got this later, even though he had the original. I remember playing this with him as a kid. Super awesome beat 'em up game. If you get the chance, go out and pick it up. Yeah, what can I say? Highly suggested. Next up, we have Double Dragon 3. This is definitely one we did not have as kids. I picked this up at the record shop when they were selling some marked way down. Picked it up and wasn't all that impressed by it. Still a fine game, I guess, just not as good as I was expecting. Still, if you can pick it up cheap enough, give it a shot. Okay game, not horrible, not great, just kind of much better beat 'em ups for the Sega Genesis. Moving on from that, I have Booger Man. Booger! I seem to remember Jordan having this. This might have been one of his games, or I might have picked it up later in life. I don't remember. I just remember this is one of those disgusting games back when we were kids, and with Ren and Stimpy and everything, and everybody was obsessed with boogers and fart jokes and everything. Whatever, it's a fine platformer, full of toilet humor. If you can pick it up at a fair price, grab it. If nothing else, it's funny for a while. Yeah, softly suggested, especially if you never really got to being above 12 like me. Anyway, pick it up if you can get it at a fair price. It's a fine platformer, and will make you laugh if you're still as immature as I am. Next up, we have one of the best games for the system, in my opinion, X-Men 2, The Clone Wars.
Begun. The Clone War has.
Okay, not that Clone Wars, obviously. For X-Men, this was cool because it was 2-player. You got to start off and had a good selection of X-Men. None of this bull crap where you couldn't use their powers, you had to do something special for it. You had a button just to use their powers. Everybody played a little bit differently. This got compared a lot, in my opinion, to X-Men Mutant Apocalypse for Super Nintendo. Both are awesome games. You can't go wrong with either one of them. If you get the chance, pick this up, pick either one of them up. This one's I don't want to say better. It's a little different because it's two-player and that adds a lot to it. Not as fluid feeling, kind of not quite as good in pure gameplay mechanic, I think, than Mutant Apocalypse, but you can't go wrong with either one of them. Both are a blast. Pick it up. This one came, I think, in a cardboard box. You can see I picked it up later for $14 and change at some point. Yeah. If you get the chance, pick it up and play it. It is an awesome game. The only 32X game that I have for the system is Doom. And I mean, if you're going to have one game for the 32X, Doom, there are worse games to have. I remember Jordan having this weird sci-fi beat-em-up game, or not beat-em-up, fighting game. I'll see if I can find out which one he had and maybe post it here. We played that one a lot. We played Doom some, but honestly, we had Doom for PC, and, well, I mean, there's really no reason to play it on 32X if you got it on PC. I held on to this just because this is the only 32X game that I've got, and why not? You know, if I get the opportunity, I'm going to get the Star Wars game for it if I can pick it up at a decent price. But yeah, played this a lot, and the 32X is fine, but if you got the choice between the 32X and the Sega CD, pick up the Sega CD. It's just far superior. Anyway, guys, did you have any of these games? Did you have the Sega Genesis? Did you have the 32X? Were you a lucky kid that had all of them, the Genesis, the 32X, and the Sega CD? Let me know below. And as always, I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come. Hello, this is Adam with Dream Made Productions. Thank you for watching my content. It really means a lot that you have given me the chance to entertain you. If you would like to support the channel, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Also below is a link for PayPal, or links if you would like to send crypto, if that's more your thing. Please know any amount that you give will be cherished and used to upgrade equipment and improve the channel. You can also help the channel by subscribing, turning on notifications, liking, commenting, and sharing my channel with anyone you think might be interested. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come.